Hi, it's Amy, and it is Friday night, and I am here to respond to the forum. The first question is to give our opinion on Long's two common sense suggestions about the intro of preachers. And one of them is provoking interest and capturing people right at the beginning. And then the second is just if we need to offer them a preview of coming attractions. And this made me think of my job at Starbucks. Before I started seminary, I was in between jobs, and I worked at Starbucks for a year. Very humbling experience. But one of the things on Sunday mornings that was really tough, everyone hated working Sunday mornings because you got the moms and the dads who sometimes have been arguing. They've been corralling kids. It's been a very stressful morning getting people out of the house. And they go through this Starbucks drive-thru and they want their drink right now. They want it made just the way they like it. And if they don't get it, they're going to be angry. And so when I was thinking about provoking interest, I thought about those parents sitting in the pews. I was like, you know what? They do need their minds corralled a little bit. And I understand Long's assertion of saying, hey, you've got their interest. Now the important part is to keep it. I get that. But at the same time, I think it's important to capture people at the beginning with something. And then the second point that he makes that's important is it important to have this coming attraction? And I agree with him on that. I understand what he's saying about the mystery and, that whole line of communication and kind of keeping people on the edge of the seat. The whole idea of not giving away the plot in a playbill. I understand that too. And I would tend to agree with that more, that people do want to be led somewhere and want the unexpected. So that's my kind of assessment of those two things. And then just quickly, the 4 responsibilities of a preacher. I had no clue that the intro was so complex, or that even, I wouldn't say complex, but that just had a plan to it. And so the 4 responsibilities, the implicitly or explicitly making a promise to the hearer and then keeping the promise is the second. That's that whole idea of capturing me at the beginning. Like, if you're gonna have a catchy or a gotcha kind of intro that really sucks people in, then you've got to be able to keep their interest. You're needing to make that promise. You make that promise, and then you need to follow through on the promise. And then the third thing that he says is keeping the communication levels the same. So you're being precise in thought and in style, and then you're continuing to do that from the intro through the rest of the sermon, so people are understanding where you're going. And then the fourth is all those little that as they anticipate the whole sermon, you're also then making a promise to connect the dots. And I think I failed to do that some in my sermon, that first sermon I gave, but to connect the dots so they know where you're going, that it's not just connecting the dots and keeping the ball moving forward, but it's also providing color and fluidity and flow. And so I think, that is kind of what I got out of this tonight. I found it really, really interesting. And so anyway, I hope you all are having a good night, and take care. Bye.